crashing down. Let me feel your light. Standing here alone. Light is setting me free.
Alright, hi everyone, this is Gav and that's Beck. Hope you're having a wonderful day or night depending when you're watching it. We just watched our first match, which was a non-contest. This is the fifth match of IPL between KKR and Mumbai. Mumbai lost the first match, so their stakes were really high, but that's how Mumbai always does. They always lose the first couple of matches, but they were like, okay, we can't lose to KKR, right? KKR is pretty shit. And also, I feel they had a bit of an advantage of the fact that they've already played already. So they were like, okay. And plus, again, for the fifth time straight, the team which won the toss chose to field, which kind of don't make sense to me anymore because this is the fourth time the fielding team has lost. So, I mean, sometimes people have to show more courage and actually go out and bat and put some score on the board because I feel anybody who's going to put anything 175 onwards, they're going to definitely most likely to win as long as they don't bowl terribly bad because most of the pitches are really, really long.
Yeah.
The boundaries are huge. It's difficult. So it's a confidence thing. I think sometime now, I think it's about time people come in. I think everybody will be playing the second match from now onwards. So people need to come out a bit more confidence and let's see how they can do. And apart from that, I noticed the other day that our predictions did come true. My prediction did come true with the Rajasthan Royals winning big time against Chennai. And they really scored very well. I thought in the end they will probably not end up crossing 200, but then that's exactly when Ngidi decided to absolutely lose the plot. As I think Dhoni rightly said that you can't control what the opposition does, but you can control your no balls, I guess.
Yeah.
So when you just bowl so many no balls, which actually go for sixes in the last over, and the score goes to 216 or something, and that just becomes very difficult to chase. And then CSK chased the way they always chase everything. It's like super conservative. They're like, oh, we'll take care of it, we'll take care of it. Eventually, Dhoni hit 3 sixes, so it looked much closer than it was. But at that time, it was like they need like 38 runs at the last over. Unless Ngidi was bowling, like they changed the team. There's a swap and Ngidi goes like, okay, I'm going to bowl for them. I don't think they had a chance. But and today's game was the first game which is a complete non-contest. Bikram, you want to talk about why do you think this happened? Did you feel it was going to happen this way, or because Mumbai has a very major upper hand on these people? I think off my head, I think record says around 19-6, 19 for Mumbai and 6 for Kolkata, and now 20, I believe, if I'm right in that number.
Yeah, I mean, if people have watched our longer or the podcast where we predicted who is going to end up where at the end of this tournament, I think I mentioned that KKR's bowling is very thin, and today even their best bowler had an off day, Cummins. So that was, I think they made a lot of runs, and this is as we have already seen the first match of all the teams have some rustiness. And it was clearly showing in KKR's, when KKR was batting or even when they were bowling. Even though some of the players have been playing, the Australians and in England players, Cummins and Morgan. But yeah, I think the most problematic is that they don't have a decent bowling lineup. And even batting-wise, I think there's no solidity. And now today, Karthik came at number 3 and then Nitish Rana came. I think they should send Russell's a bit up, I feel, because I think he was already playing in CPL, so he would be having a lot of form going into this. And as we know that he is a very destructive player. So I think they don't. I mean, I feel that they're very unsettled batting lineup. They have a lot of players. They're not able to figure out where to send someone like Morgan also plays in the middle.
Yeah, I don't really agree with your theory there with the rustiness. I mean, some people will be rusty. It's pretty understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
But they've been there for a while. And the fact that the main players, Russell, you yourself, Russell has been playing and he's been playing very well. Morgan has been playing forever. Like, literally, he's from England.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these guys have been playing. This guy's had the entire season, right?
Yeah.
Then Cummins has been playing continuously, been playing very well. So these guys just did not perform. At the
Yeah.
end, people have to just accept that
Yeah, they
you
didn't
did not
perform, yeah.
Also, rustiness is like, if you're playing a test match, I can still understand. Maybe even a one-day international these days and all. And people complaining about heat. I mean, the match is starting at 6 p.m. You've been there a while. So, and it's not the first time these people are playing in heat. It's not like a Scottish national team just showed up suddenly. This is an Indian team. We were born in heat. So I don't think anybody has ever complained. When they play IPL, they start matches at 4 o'clock
Yeah.
in April. And it's bad. It's like dirty bad. So
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
think that's a concern. It's just that a lot of times what happened, because whole COVID nonsense that happened, I think a lot of people are just very sluggish because they've just had too many parathas and towards that. And the other day I was complaining about Rohit's body not moving, but I was a little bit thinking about it because maybe I'm not paying so much attention how Rohit really plays. But today I was paying attention. I realized that actually what I was complaining about, that Rohit got out because his body was just not in the motion. He was not really there to lift the ball over the infield. But then I realized actually his body never really moves anyway.
Yeah.
So he was like a modern day Sada Gopan Ramesh, if people actually know who this person is, whose feet never moved. He was a player, he played for India in 1990s or something.
Yeah.
So, but today it was clear from the very first day that Mumbai has class. Mumbai fucked up that match and lost to Chennai. And today they just showed their class all over. And Bumrah, until the last over, he was just completely capitulated. Bumrah was absolutely top class. And I think Bumrah should go back and look at what exactly happened that time, because this has been happening fair few times. I'm not saying he's constantly going for sixes, but I'm saying there are times when he's just not be able to perform to his level.
Yeah.
And that's why I said even before, when I was checking his stats, although he's made his career out of IPL, his stats are actually not very flattering. Not as great as you would actually think of them. Remember when you were choosing the best team for IPL for all that? His stats don't look that great at all.
Yeah.
So I want him to become like the first three ball. He cannot drop the ball. Like, you can never drop the ball. So, but I think fairly boring match at the end of the day, because when you don't really chase down, it's just, even yesterday, I mean, but at least they were still in the game some way or the other, and these guys went for it. So, but today was just not right, and eventually Cummins hit few sixes. And I don't know if you noticed that Cummins, when Cummins got out, he was sitting on the chair, and he was like really in a very reflective mood or something.
Right.
And he was really upset that he went for it, because to be very frank, you can say that he bowled badly, but I can tell you this thing, I've followed Cummins all over. He bowled exactly the same line he always bowls. And I think that went against him. He need to change that back of length that he always bowls. And this time he was just sitting up. But I don't understand why he was bowling that to Rohit in the first place, because Rohit is amazing with those balls. In fact, he's probably he's like the Australian in that way. He's like Adam Gilchrist with right hand bat. He would have gone for it, and he was expecting it. In fact, Rohit was just standing there. Okay, you can bowl this thing. I'm going to take you on.
And they were constantly bowling, not just Cummins. Everyone else was trying to bowl short to him. I don't know why.
Yeah, you can't completely blame them as well, because it totally worked for Mumbai, because Mumbai were bowling short as well. It's just that the line was slightly different where they were bowling it. It was not the pitching, it's the line is also there. I think they were bowling too close to the body and they were just going for it, and they were just sitting up a little bit more. And towards the end, when these guys were bowling, they took wickets on that. They took a lot of wickets. And in fact, Mumbai also, I mean, that Mavi guy was bowling weirdly, but his short balls were working better. But I think it's just people don't know him that much, so it kind of worked out for them.
Actually, Mavi is one of the under 19 stars, the team which won the World Cup in New Zealand, I think 2018, I think. So he's from that group. 2017.
All right, fair enough. So, good enough match. So, I think tomorrow's match is Punjab Kings 11, right? Punjab Kings 11 and RCB, Royal Challengers Bangalore. I'm backing Royal Challengers Bangalore again because that's my top team. And Kings 11, anyway, I picked to get the wooden spoon come last. So, because I have no faith in Kumble or Rahul, KL Rahul. So that's my team. I think day after we're predicting again 2 matches. So day after is Delhi Capitals. I'm just can't get the hang of this thing. DC. So Delhi versus CSK. I I don't have too much faith in either of them.
Yeah.
But because I picked Delhi to top the league, so I'm gonna go with Delhi anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't have much faith in either of them. But if Delhi gets going, and as long as they can hold their nerve, which is just so difficult, Delhi has immense talent,
Yeah,
immense talent.
yeah, true.
And they just need to settle in, but I don't know how long it will take them for them to settle. But I think for me, RCB will beat Kings 11 and then CSK will lose to Delhi Chargers. Oh, I got this time.
Yeah, I think.
What do you think?
Yeah, I have the same prediction because like my top team is also RCB, and I just feel that after winning the first match, they will get better and better. And Punjab, yeah, I don't see them really troubling much. I mean, this is IPL; anything can happen on the given day.
Anything can happen.
But
obviously.
I feel that that will be not a very close contest. That match, the RCB versus Kings 11 Punjab, and then the CSK versus DC, I think it will be a close contest because both the teams have the ability to fuck up. And it's just baffling. Yeah, we were talking yesterday, right, that Dhoni just refuses to come, and in fact their coach also came out and said that it will take some time for Dhoni to be at his best. I mean, I don't know, that sort of statement coming from the coach himself. Anyway, so CSK, I feel that whoever does the less number of fuck-ups will win that match, CSK versus DC. But I'm also picking DC over CSK because...
I don't think CSK fucks up things. I just think CSK is too conservative, and I think their time is
that
up.
way fucks up in like
DC is the fuck up team
yeah.
because they keep fucking up everything. They're winning the match by 90 runs and they still end up losing. They're just like they need like 90 runs in like 2 overs and then suddenly they still win by like 5 runs.
Yeah.
Because they bowled hundreds of no balls.
What I meant by fuck up, that CSK they like overanalyze. I feel that in some cases they overanalyze that we'll do this, and that is not going to materialize all the time. So that's our prediction.
Yeah, I'm not going to be too stubborn also. I'll pick CSK also when I feel that I feel it for them. Right now, I'm feeling pretty much similar for both of them. So I'm going to pick DC. All right. So on that note, next podcast we'll be doing on Friday night.
Yeah.
So Friday is the match between, this is the match, right?
Yeah,
CSK versus DC.
Yeah.
So after this, we'll do another podcast and we'll just check out what has happened. And then we do another podcast on Saturday night just to check the first week analysis. That will be 8 matches would have been done by then, right?
Yeah.
Today, 8. Yeah. So first 8 matches by that time would have had some sort of table, some sort of... I think everybody would have played one match, right? By then. Yeah. 2 matches.
They've already played.
So we would have some sort of table. We would have some sort of idea who's going to finish in the top bracket, who's going to finish in the bottom bracket. Overall, I think we have 56 matches before the playoffs. I think they call them playoffs.
Right.
So I call them finals or something. So I'm just trying to get in line with the vocabulary of IPL.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I hope you guys have a good evening, good morning, good night, depending when you're watching it, and keep doing whatever you're doing. But if you're selling drugs, don't do that. Maybe if it's
everyone's getting caught.
yeah, everybody's getting caught. If you're not in Bombay, if you're not in film industry, keep at it. It's not gonna be a problem. If you're in Amsterdam, please do it.
Yeah.
Don't sell to kids. But if the kids pester you, then you can sell them. That's okay. So all right.
Okay.
Enjoy with your family if you haven't. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah. Bye.